talking to you. We got another championship fight right now. It is for the Pinnacle Fighting Championships Amateur Featherweight Title. Let's bring out your fighters. This is brought to you by Fighting Chance Video Productions. Please welcome Alex Johnston.
Featherweight title on the line. Alex Johnston, 6'1", 26 years old. Coming out of MacArthur, Ohio, representing Lancaster Academy of Mixed Martial Arts. And we talk about titles, and this is a guy who already has a couple of titles under his belt. RFO title, IT Fight Series title, looking for his third title win in his last 3 fights. So this guy has been busy, and I don't know if he has enough room on his shelf for any more hardware, but I guess, I mean, he's going to have to maybe build another shelf if he wins this one.
Yeah, he's on a 4-fight winning streak coming into this fight. Like you mentioned, previous 2 fights, title fights. Hasn't lost a fight since August of 2015, which he was submitted in round 2. Since then, he's gone on to a knockout finish, a submission finish, and 2 decision finishes.
Exactly, and want to say that this fight is brought to you by Fighting Chance Video. Give your video content a fighting chance. Check out those awesome Pinnacle FC promo videos that they did. I know they posted one today with some trash talk between the fighters, and that was a fun one. But Alex Johnston, I don't think is really a guy who's much into trash talk. He's a pretty soft-spoken guy and a really well-rounded guy who's kind of one of the more underrated guys, I think, in the area. You don't necessarily hear his name on marquee after marquee, but a win over a guy like Fadi Shuman will definitely open up some eyebrows. Jessica are going to bring out Fadi Shuman.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is his opponent. Please welcome Fadi Shuman.
Fadi Shuman, 25 years old, against the 26-year-old Alex Johnston, has a 4-inch height advantage, 5-3 record, and a 6-1 record for Alex Johnston. We talk about the 5-3 record. Those were 3 straight losses. He made his amateur debut in 2012. That year went on to win the NAAFS title, defeated Nick Brown to win that title. Nick is now a 7-1 pro fighter. And then Fadi proceeded to lose 3 straight fights. He lost to Nick Foxhuber, he lost to Eric Bledsoe, and lost to Anthony Romero. Those are all 3 fantastic opponents, but it was tough for him, I think, to lose 3 straight fights. Came back 2016 and won a fight via submission, but this is the first time we've seen him in almost 2 years.
Yes, it's been quite some time. I know he's been actively training inside the gym. I know he's coming in here. He's predicting a 2nd round TKO in this fight. He's been training jiu-jitsu for 6.5 years, wrestled for a few years in high school. He's got what it takes to be in this title fight, and this is his 2nd title fight for Pinnacle. The first one he lost against Eric Bledsoe. Now he's looking to bounce back from that. He got the win against Sean White, and now he wants to pick up his 1st title.
And I know some people—
I'm sorry, 2nd title. He got 1 title versus Nick Brown.
I know some people call him the Terminator. The thing that made him a fan favorite was early on in his career, he developed a reputation just for walking through any punches and any offense that his opponents could muster, and that kind of got him in trouble a little bit, to be honest with you, against some tougher opponents who hit harder and throw heavier leather. But trying to pick up the Pinnacle FC title here tonight. Jazz Secure with the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is brought to you by Fighting Chance Video Productions. Give your video content a fighting chance. 3 rounds for the PFC Amateur Featherweight Title. And now, introducing on my right, fighting out of the blue corner. His record is impressive. 6 victories, 1 defeat. Standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing 145 pounds, representing Lancaster Academy of MMA. Fighting out of MacArthur, Ohio, introducing Alex Johnston. His opponent across the cage, his record 5 victories versus 3 defeats, standing 6 feet tall, weighing 144 pounds, representing the Mat Factory, fighting out of Monroeville, Pennsylvania, presenting Fadi Shuman.
Okay, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the back. I expect you to obey them and me at all times. I want a clean, fair fight. Any questions, Red? Any questions, Blue? Touch gloves and go back and just do it.
Amateur featherweight title on the line here. Pinnacle FC 16, Alex Johnston in the white, trimmed in black. Fadi Shuman in the gray and white. Chip Snyder, referee for this one.
Fadi was the fan favorite inside the Prince Cape Arena.
He always brings the crowd. See the super lanky, 6 foot tall Fadi Shuman. I've always been surprised that he's been able to make 145 pounds on a consistent basis. I'm sure he's not 145 pounds tonight, though.
So far, Fadi being the aggressor.
Yeah, and you see, look like Johnston maybe at least hinting at a level change there. Shuman popping that jab. Johnston with the hands pretty low here. Especially against a lankier guy. That's always an interesting tactic.
Oh, Shuman gets caught there.
Yeah, Johnston's corner telling him to start throwing combos, though. More than one punch at a time. You see the combo there from Fadi Shuman. Oh, Shuman got clipped there twice.
Johnston.
Again, he has shown a tremendous chin in his career. Dropped down to a knee there briefly. Johnston has shown his power in his career, has a couple of knockout wins. Shuman now looking for the takedown here up against the cage. Good head positioning. More than halfway through round number 1. Johnston's got that whizzer on the right arm of Fadi Shuman. Johnston's corner telling him to get the underhook. Shuman trying to muscle Johnston to the ground here with a minute left to go in the first round. They trade a couple of knees there. Inside the clinch. Shuman again trying to drop down to get this takedown. High crotch, looking for the slam. Johnston doing a good job staying on his feet. Shuman had him elevated there for a second.
I thought he was going for a ride.
It's that whizzer on the right arm of Fadi Shuman that's really keeping Johnston on his feet, helping him keep that balance.
I know it's obviously pretty hard, but I'm sure Johnston there.
He's looking for a takedown. Shuman back to his feet, though.
I know it's obviously hard with the fighter pressed up against the cage, but I'm surprised I'm not seeing more work out of Johnston to try to get out.
Yeah, and it's interesting that Shuman has definitely been the aggressor in this first round, but Johnston's really the only one who's landed anything of substance. He's landed a couple of shots that clipped Fadi Shuman. And there's another one from Johnston. You know what, I think that's a tough round to score, but I think that Johnston might have eked it out just by, even though he wasn't as aggressive as Shuman, he did land the better strikes there.
Yeah, he definitely had the strikes. Ring control, which, you know, depending on the judges, they could consider that. Shuman definitely had more ring control throughout the cage. He had Johnston up against the panel there for, I would say, a good half of the fight.
That is definitely part of the criteria for judging, is the cage control and aggression.
I think Johnston, when he comes in the second round here, needs to keep circling, keeping his distance so he doesn't get clinched up against the cage.
Replay. There's the elevation. Johnston does a good job making his way back to earth. 90 seconds in between rounds there. Chip Snyder gets him set. It's exactly, I think, what I expected between this fight. This is a super evenly matched fight. Shuman comes out again, the aggressor. I mean, he's always going to be the aggressive fighter. Definitely not a guy who likes to throw counters. But Johnston landing those counters. Shuman again coming forward.
I'm loving the combination work from Shuman.
Yeah, the biggest thing Johnston is really, that's probably not scoring him as many points, is that he's just not throwing enough in terms of output. He's landing, he's just not throwing enough punches.
Yeah, Shuman's definitely outnumbering him as far as striking is going.
A couple shots to the body there from Johnston, and he looks to try to, nice switch there, looks to try to get the takedown now for Johnston. Nice snap down there from Fadi Shuman. Shuman, a blue, or not a blue belt, but has 6.5 years experience of jiu-jitsu. Very experienced no-gi grappler. Has this Kimura here looking to try to get has that leg hooked over, which makes it a little bit easier, a little bit better angle here for Fadi Shuman. See if he can get this out. Kimura is one of the hardest submissions to finish because really a guy can just buckle down and just grab hold of his hands and it's almost impossible to finish. Shuman has it. Has the hands broken apart though. See if he can finish this.
Nice transition from Johnston there.
Yeah, good job getting out of that submission, ending up on top there in the scramble. Shuman now. A roll through for Johnston. Looks like he has control of the neck here of Shuman. Johnston ends up on top again in half guard.
Got about a minute left here to work.
And this is a close fight, but either guy giving an inch.
Shuman works back to the guard position.
Yeah, has the feet on the hips here. Looks like he might try to push Johnston away. Maybe looking for a triangle. Those long legs. A trip there from Fadi Shuman, gets back to his feet. Good head movement here from Fadi Shuman. Nice combos there from Shuman. And again, Johnston lands a punch but doesn't follow up. Nice uppercut there from Shuman. Johnston is landing, but he seems to be more on the defensive, whereas Shuman is just has the output. A lot more offense.
10 seconds left here in the round.
Looks like a little bit of a mouse under the left eye here of Fadi Shuman. Would not be surprised because he's taken a lot of shots.
We will go to the third round.
Going to the third and final round of the
Very,
featherweight
very
title
close
fight.
fight.
Honestly, I can see it going one round apiece right now for each fighter.
Would not be surprised at all. Dave Click saying hi, doing a great job with those in-cage interviews. Again, this fight brought to you by Fighting Chance Video. Mike Moran from E2A Productions giving you a great look here at the replay. This was an interesting sequence here. A roll through there by Johnston. I thought Fadi had the takedown, but Johnston ends up on top. And I think if Shuman has had a negative in his career, it's that he's been a little too willing to stay on his back. And it has been the wrestling that has been a little bit of his Achilles heel. But he's definitely a guy that's going to come forward and try to punch you in the face until someone stops him.
Fadi takes immediate control here of the third round.
Yeah, he's always a guy, I mean, he likes to have control of the fight. And you see Johnston throwing the big shots, the heavy leather, but again, not following it up. Nice uppercut there from Fadi Shuman as Johnston drops down for the takedown, looking for the single leg trip. Trying to suck those hips in. 30 seconds gone here in the final round. Crowd trying to will Fadi Shuman to a victory. Shuman again looking for that high crotch takedown. Johnston with the excellent balance here up against the cage. Nice knee to the body there from Shuman.
Johnston just needs to push off just a little bit to create enough space so he can land some strikes.
Shuman now. Johnston answering back with a couple of shots of his own. Shuman now teeing off. Johnston answers again. Both guys here trading heavy shots. Johnston now with a good head movement. Throwing some combos of his own. The combos are finally coming from Johnston. He's landing. Fadi Shuman eating taking a lot of punishment here, but giving some of his own now. Wow.
I would say Fadi's chin is strengthening up here, went into later rounds. Ate some nasty shots there.
Minute 20 left to go here in the third round, and Fadi Shuman showing a ton of heart here in this round. The clinch and the knees, looking to try to take home that title. He came up short the first time. He was in a title fight, not wanting to do the same thing here. Nice takedown from Fadi Shuman. Is that the
Shuman puts the knee across the chest, sets himself up for full mount.
Did that seal the victory here for Fadi Shuman? He's trying to finish it himself.
That looks deep. That looks very deep.
This rear naked choke looks like it's locked in, and both hooks are in. Johnston's fighting.
Shuman needs to get his right leg hooked in again.
Yeah, Johnston trying to shake him off here with 30 seconds left to go.
Looks like Shuman's let go of the chokehold.
Looks like Johnston might be out and going to end up in the guard here of Fadi Shuman. Shuman throwing some punches off of his back. Johnston throwing a couple of his own there. 10 seconds left to go in this fight. Shuman back to his feet, looking to try to secure the takedown here at the end. The crowd goes crazy. It's the end of the fight.
Wow.
I don't think that Shuman secured that fight before the takedown before the final whistle.
No, he didn't.
The crowd
but I wonder
liked it though.
I wonder if that plays any part into the judges'
I mean, you would say that that's not supposed to be part of your. You shouldn't take that into account, but it's hard to not take that into account
right.
because the judges definitely did see it.
Man, that fight lived up to everything that
definitely
it was meant to be.
The momentum, I think, was heading in the direction of Fadi Shuman. Did he do enough in either of the first two rounds? See these two fighters just teeing off on each other here in the third round. Johnston finally putting together some combos. A couple of shots there landed cleanly. And Shuman was on one knee and Johnston gave him a right hand. What a fight.
How do you see this one going down?
I think that Shuman might have eked out that third round and might take home a 29-28 decision. That was a close fight, though. I'd not be surprised either way. I know that's a cop-out, but I really would not be surprised.
I'm with you on that one. That's how I got it going down 29-28 for Fadi.
Shuman definitely thinks he won the fight. Good fight there from both of these guys. Jazz Akira with the official result.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for this awesome fight tonight. Give it up for these fighters. After 3 rounds of championship amateur fighting, we go to your judges' scorecards. Andrew Adkins, Todd Kruska, and David Gation all see it 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision and new PFC Amateur Featherweight Champion, Fadi Shuman.
3 30-27 scorecards. I'm not sure if that's exactly what we saw over here. I think that all 3 rounds, other than the third round, I thought was definitely Fadi Shuman, but the first 2 rounds were definitely very close. But all 3 judges,
and this is why
gave their all 3 rounds to Fadi Shuman.
Championships, new featherweight championship. He is a Pittsburgh MMA veteran, Fadi Shuman. Fadi, you came out in the third round. In the mid-round, you had the takedown slam. I think that was the exclamation point on the fight. Beautiful fight, both you guys, all the way through. How you feeling?
Oh man, I'm feeling awesome. Biggest thing, thank you to my mom and my sister. First time they ever decided to come out and watch me fight. And I know she's terrified. That's just awesome. I'm so happy it ended up like this. You know, I'm just so happy she came out.
Fadi, I've seen you fight many times. One of the best gentlemen I've ever met, most polite fighters you will ever meet. Pittsburgh MMA. Well, before I get to that, anyone you'd like to thank besides your mom and your family that came here to watch you fight? Any coaches, anybody?
Isaac Greeley, Rich Catalina, man, they've just been working with me so much all camp, just push me further than I can possibly go, and then some. You know, I'm so thankful to be at the Mat Factory, Nova DeVore, Matt Schaefer, all my instructors down there. You know, everybody in Pittsburgh MMA too, man. We're a brotherhood. We've all been working together, just grinding every single day, man. I love it. I love this. This is what I love to do.
From the Mat Factory, your new Pinnacle Fighting Championships Featherweight Champion, Fadi Shuman.
Fadi Shuman taking home the Pinnacle FC Featherweight Championship.
You know, he kind of alluded there in his post-fight interview about the brotherhood of Pittsburgh MMA. A lot of these guys, as we talked about all night, you know, cross-train with each other, and that's one of the things I feel like Pittsburgh MMA has going for it.